Validation. What is this thing that often we require to validate, to want approval, to not be satisfied? I mean, in an ambitious standpoint, that can work in your favor, never being content, or at least that's not the word, not contentedness, but always striving for more, looking for further validation can lead to greater heights, of course. But validation in the sense of, for example, I was told that maybe it's not that I like to be liked by everybody, but I have a tough time when somebody doesn't like me. Like, I can't fathom that thought, and it's hard for me to digest. See, that's a form of validation. I need to be like, hey man, you gotta like me. It's me. That's not healthy. But what about validation when we constantly strive for more or put an importance on this thing, such as achievements and accomplishments, that pedestals, if you will, that when we reach them, we're looking back like, hey, look, I validated myself in the sense of not truly being secure in your own self-worth and self-identity. Perhaps having lower self-esteem, or maybe there was something in childhood that kind of led you to believe that if you don't do more or continually do, that simply by being yourself, that your worth is attached and tied to this carrot that dangles forever. And again, that validation seeking can often kind of catapult you into higher achievement, but it can also lead you into a world of trouble. When we're constantly trying to validate ourselves to everyone around us, sometimes we can behave in ways that we don't want to. We can look for approval and almost betray ourselves in a sense. Because at the end of the day, validation, when the constant need of it is there, it can really take away from authenticity, of truly being yourself. That scaredness of what if I don't, or what if I say no, or how are they going to judge me, how are they going to perceive me, can sometimes leave you in a very negative space. And because you've been trying to validate your way through life, when you do hit that roadblock or that realization does come forth, you wouldn't have the learning blocks to navigate, or at least not navigate so easily. Because having that mentality for so long can be a hindrance too. How do you kind of course correct? Well, I think first is just realizing that, hey, we don't need validation for anything. Truly, we don't. We are human beings doing the best we can. You are enough just as you are. That's not to absolve you of doing more or becoming more or better versions or best versions of yourself. That we all should be striving for. What else is there to live for if we don't keep progressing and evolving as ourselves? You know, our soul's plight, our soul's mission, our soul's purpose. Yet that validation, if you do want to validate, do it for yourself. Validation for those around you so you could be loved more or celebrated more. And sometimes we're left with no choice again. But if we can look deep within and realize that there's nothing to do, it is simply to be. And that validation comes when you give yourself permission. That is when all the lights turn green. It's not some magical or instant pull, but once you feel it in here, the world will respond to you. You won't need to try to push and pull your way, because peace within will bring out that need for approval, that need for more validation. It can be tricky. Something I'm still working on. I didn't know I even had it until somebody pointed it out. And I think mine's is a mild case. And it's not about levels or anything of that nature. It's just a simple reminder. A reminder that we all have to understand ourselves better. We all have to give ourselves permission to be ourselves. Go on and achieve, be the best versions of yourself, but do it because it feels right within, not because you're seeking approval or someone's applauses, because that is a never-ending story. That is something, it's like a dog chasing its tail. Unfortunately, it never comes until you feel right in here, and then it doesn't even matter. Let me know your thoughts, your experiences on this matter. Validation is prevalent out here, man. It's prevalent. Let me cue the intro. Rock City the Soul Man checking in on another episode of Pass the Mic. Pass the Mic holiday edition. Validated. All of y'all are like a ticket, or I messed that up, but it's okay. Rock City the Soul Man. Like, subscribe, comment, and enjoy this piece. Validation. A negative comment hurled, and all of a sudden, upside down is my entire world. So easily, big steps. This is a small one backwards, measly, relatively speaking. Once full of gas, now oil leaking. Forecast once bright, now bleaking. Why the hell am I always seeking validation? And even when given, it's never enough. A ribbon, give me a medal, no a trophy, no a plaque. You get the point. No matter what, nothing truly has my back. Nothing really can keep me intact. Just more validation to fill the void, to keep me distracted from all the noise that's stuck within me. And I'm afraid there isn't a remedy. It's a continuous loop. It's a continuous loop. It's a continuous loop. Tell me that I'm great. Tell me that I'm great. Now make that a group. Perhaps then my identity I can recoup. Perhaps then my identity I can recoup. Validation. Thoughts, comments, like, subscribe. Do it, please. Love ya. Rock City the Soul Man, checking out on another episode of Pass the Mic. Apologies. Now you have to subscribe since you're all dizzy and stuff. Till the next one. Love.